types of sauces. I didn't have quite what's required to make Big Mac sauce, so I use ranch from Wingstop because they have the best ranch. And then I had two ketchup packets from Chick-fil-A, barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A, and then I added some Greek yogurt. Normally you would add mayo, but mayo was already in the ranch, so I just wanted to beef up the sauce a little bit. And then the pickles is what that really makes a Big Mac sauce in my opinion. And I think that's everything I use. No seasoning, just that. Let's taste this mushroom burger.
What's happening, y'all? Coach K here, and I am a solopreneur who has multiple streams of income. For the last about 2 years, I've shared my journey through entrepreneurship as I have gone to craft markets, done gig work, DIY projects, and so much more. On this channel, I share my daily experiences, and right now I am a home manager or a house manager. And so today I'm going to be going through just my daily routine as I'm making a new meal for myself and my housemate. I learned a major lesson today. So let's go ahead, get to work, and get into this lesson.
Now, what's this list? What you need me to remind you of again? That's it? Those 3 things? I don't know that I really care for that one, so yeah, you can send it. I wonder, is there more than one outcome for Clue? Because if there's not, then like, what's the purpose of owning that game?
I don't know.
As I stated before, I am a house manager, and I want to jump into this talking about the lesson that I learned. Of course, I'm going to let you know how I'm making this meal, but this lesson is so fresh on my mind that I must share with you right now. So I went and I attended the annual Black Authors Book Fair in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I met an individual, and she was asking me who I was and what I was all about, and I shared with her my channel, and I told her that I was a stay-at-home housemate. She was like, "What is that?" And I was like, basically, I work part-time right now, and mostly I'm home, so I take care of the day-to-day things around the apartment for myself and my housemate. And I went on to further tell her about my organizing business and cleaning business and other things like that. And she was like, "So you're a house manager?" And I was like, "Well, actually, yeah, that's a part of my business. I'm a house manager." But what I forgot, or what I failed to place value in, is the fact that just because it's my home doesn't make me any less of a house manager. It actually is where it all stemmed from. It's where the vision that God gave me to be a house manager came from, was from my need to have a place to stay and my gift to be able to organize and space plan and be spatially aware of my surroundings in order to help others to organize their space and make sure that it's functional for their everyday needs, whether it fits the mold or it fits their mold, what they need for their space and for their everyday needs. That's what I do. And the person was like, "Don't sell yourself short. You're a house manager, so that's what you are." And I was like, "You know what? You're right. Just because I'm going through a hardship right now doesn't mean that I have to diminish or belittle who I am or what I'm capable of, because it doesn't look like what I want it to look like right now." So if you're listening to this, you may be in a similar predicament where you're going through a hardship, or you're going through a life change or a transition, or things are shifting around you and you don't know how to define what is going on. You don't know how to define what it is that you do, or you don't know how to share that or explain that to others. Don't diminish it because the dream isn't fully realized. You're living that dream. You are the vision. God gave you the vision because you are a representation of that in everything that you do. So from now on in my intros, you'll hear me say house manager or home manager or something of that nature, because ultimately that's who I am. That's who I've been. And that is what God has placed me on this earth to do, to assist others in managing their homes. Up until this point, you've seen me do all the prep, and now it's time to get cooking. And the first thing I had to decide was what type of pan would I actually use to fry these mushrooms. And I chose a smaller, deep pan so the mushroom can be fully submerged and the oil wouldn't be so low. It would actually fill up the pan and be at least like 3 inches from the bottom of the pan, and give me plenty of space so that the mushroom didn't stick to the bottom of the pan or anything like that. So that's why I didn't use a saucepan, and I chose to use a pot. And I'm also using the double dip method, where I have a wet batter as well as a dry batter, and that's just going to help with that crispiness. This is one of the ways that restaurants fry different things. Mainly, well, they fry chicken like this, they fry fish like this, they fry all different types of things. So, of course, I went to YouTube University, looked up how to fry mushrooms, and this was one of the methods. And let me tell you, these mushrooms come out absolutely delicious. I'll leave the full review for the end once I actually finish making the plate, but I can't hold you. This is a good one. This is a good one. And that's what you want to see. Those bubbles are going, it's the right temperature, and everything's gonna fry nice and golden brown. Now I will admit I was multitasking, trying to film and cook multiple things, and so I kind of burnt the second batch, but it's all good.
Down. I think I'm starting to get it down. Where everything is being ready about the same time.
And like I said, here's that second batch. They are a little too brown, and you're gonna see when I show you all 4 pieces that I've made so far the difference in the colors. But we ate them all the same. It was still good. Now you know what time it is. It's time to plate it up. This is one of my favorite parts. This is where the artist in me comes out. I love to present food in a beautiful presentation because for me personally, I eat first with my eyes. If it looks good, it's going to taste good. At least that's what I hope for. And that's my goal whenever I plate food. I want it to be an experience for whoever is enjoying the food that I got to make, because I enjoy making it from prep to plate. And so I'm going to get this all plated up for myself and my housemate. And then we're going to taste it. And I'm going to give you a full review of what I think.
You know what? If I do say so myself, this may be the best meal that I've made. Now it's time to taste. Can't forget about the roommate. Most days I do. Well, every day I love it. Some days I don't like it. But that's a healthy relationship. The mushroom. Let's see. Some more sauce.
Well, this looks beautiful.
All right, so the sauce is my rendition of a Big Mac sauce from Mickey of these, but so many people make a sauce like this, but I'm gonna call it a dump sauce, meaning I had a bunch of different types of sauces. I didn't have quite what's required to make Big Mac sauce, so I use ranch from Wingstop because they have the best ranch, and then I had two ketchup packets from Chick-fil-A, barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A, and then I added some Greek yogurt Normally you would add mayo, but mayo was already in the ranch, so I just wanted to beef up the sauce a little bit. Then the pickles is what that really makes a Big Mac sauce, in my opinion. And I think that's everything I used. No seasoning, just that. Ooh. Let's taste this mushroom burger.
Quick pause before the rating. That looks like a chicken patty. You can't tell me it doesn't. And the texture was pretty spot on as well.
You can't tell me there's not chicken. That'll do.
The sweet potato fries were mid. I tried a new way of making them. I didn't like the cornstarch method. And of course, we had to clean the kitchen so that it's nice and ready for the next meal. I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. And remember to subscribe.